Yes. What's going on, guys? Today we are going to talk about the one strategy that I use. Pretty much, I use one time frame, one chart, and I usually try to take one trade. Okay, and this strategy is responsible for taking 9,000 and turning it into 51,000 within a month. Right here, you see my broker statement right here, where I started off with 9,000 in a trading account, and that day I actually made 6,300. And fast forward to a month, and right here you see that I ended the day with 51,000. I actually made 6,200 that day, so I ended that day with $51,378 for the trading account. So I'm gonna show you guys the strategy that I use to do this, and I'm gonna show you guys step by step. I'm gonna try to make it as simple as possible. So pretty much before I even get to that part, right, showing you guys the strategy, let me explain to you guys why I only trade one chart and I try to take one trade in one time frame. So the reason why I trade really one market is because it keeps things simple. You know, I used to trade the stock market, and I was just looking at a whole bunch of different stocks at once, and sometimes it would be overwhelming, right? Looking at only NASDAQ for the day, keep things simple, nice and calm. Now, will I trade the stock market in the future? Maybe. I dabble here and there, but for the most part, I'm just trading NASDAQ, right? The reason why I take one trade, again, to keep things simple, and in the market, less is more. You don't need to make a whole bunch of trades. A lot of times you will mess up just because you're trying to make a whole bunch of trades. And the reason why I look at one time frame is because, again, I'm trying to keep things simple, because the high time frame, sometimes I realize it could be bullish, but the intraday, right, would be bearish, right? The 5-minute chart would be bearish, but overall, the daily chart is bullish. So sometimes that would confuse me. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just only look at the 5-minute chart, and that is it. So let me show you guys pretty much what I'm looking at every single day. Now, the first thing I'm looking for, guys, when it comes to the market is direction, right? What is the market trying to do today? Is it trending up? Are we bullish, right? Are we ranging? Whatever the case is, I'm looking for that because I need some type of bias. I want to see if I'm going to be bullish today or I'm going to be bearish today. Now, just because I'm bullish before the market opens doesn't mean I'm going to remain bullish. It's just, the initial bias, what I'm looking for the most part, when the market is about to open, okay? I have to be prepared. Now, it can change because all of a sudden we break in key support or whatever, we're going down and I might flip to bearish, but I have to at least have some type of bias when I'm coming in the market. So I'm looking at the direction. Are we bearish? Are we bullish? Are we in a strong trend? Are we ranging? I'm looking for that. Second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to plot down my levels. So, there's 3 type of levels I look for. For the most part, I'm looking for, a simple level where, price makes a level where we're making swing highs. So these swing highs right here can be a level where I see price reacts to that. Or I'm looking for levels where, we have the market having trouble going above a certain level, and I'm looking to maybe, participate when it comes to that. So, a good example is the market going down right here, and it's trying to go down, but it can't go down, right? So we have a key level right here, and all of a sudden, we see buyers come in. I want to probably participate because for some reason, the market is holding at this level, so I want to participate. So I'm looking for, the market to give me these type of levels where it's a clean level where we're having a swing high right here, or a level where it's having a hard time going below or above, or I'm looking for levels where it could be just a clear breakout. So it could be a nice trend line breakout. So a good example would be something like this, where the market is maybe trending down, and all of a sudden we get a nice strong trend line break. I'm looking for that pullback, for that continuation, right? And a lot of times you will see demand areas around here. Vice versa, if the market is just going up, and then all of a sudden we crack this trend line, boom, we might have a nice supply level right here to that downside. So I'm looking for these type of breakout levels where it will create a lot of supply or demand. I'm looking for support and resistance levels. So let me show you guys on a chart so it can actually make sense. And also, I forgot to tell you, one more level I'm looking for is yesterday's maybe swing high or swing low. So let's say, for example, yesterday we went up, right, and we started to sell off like crazy. All of a sudden the market opens around here, and then we go back to this level. It's a possibility that we might react to this level right here and come down, and vice versa if the market is going down, right, and yesterday we just boom reversed from this level And then today we open and then go back to revisit this level right here, right? We actually might react to this level. So that's another level I'm looking at. So let me go to the chart and show you guys. All right, here's a good example, guys, right? The market is bullish, and all of a sudden, if you look at this, we are having trouble going down, right? The market is trying to go down, you know, multiple times. So right here, I'm looking at this. I'll be stalking this level right here, right? Because if we come here, it's a possibility that we can hold and, you know, shoot up. So right here, this is where the market opened. Notice how it came back to this level right here, give you a nice wick, right? To me, I like this, and I will get in as soon as it breaks the high, the candle high, right? So we didn't talk about entries yet, and we didn't even talk about exits. So let's talk about that. So entries, you can get in when it hits the level, show you a reaction. It could be a double reaction, so you don't have to get in right away. You can wait for it to hit the, you know, the level multiple times and then get in, or you can get in right away. And then the exit would be, if you are trading a 5-minute chart, at least minimum, you probably want 2 times your money. Okay, so 2 times whatever you're risking, you want that. So if you're risking $200, you want $400 for that trade. Okay, it helps you with losses. So let's say, for example, you take 2 losses in a row, right? And then the next trade you win. Well, you're back to break even. Even though you had 2 losses, now 1 trade could actually bring you right back to break even. So that's a, you know, a good way to trade. So we're looking for that when we are trading. Here's another example of a level that we look for right here. Remember, trend line break, boom. It broke the trend line, a lot of selling going on. Now we create this supply zone, right? Of course, if you guys are new, if you don't know what supply and demand, just check out my, you know, videos on the channel. You would definitely see a whole bunch of supply and demand videos. But basically right here, we have supply and demand, and notice how it's reacting to this level. So again, trend line breaks, I'm looking for the market to pull back and, you know, come to that level. So here's the next day, you know, a good example where we have the market having trouble going above a certain level. Okay, and remember, I told you guys I'm looking for that, right? The market is having trouble for some reason, right? Going above this level right here. So here's where the market opened. We have a double test. So notice how the market hits this level, boom, it try to go up twice, right? You can actually get in as soon as it goes below this candle right here, and you can go short. There's multiple ways to get in the market. The main thing you really want to understand is structure, okay? In the levels, because that's what's gonna really help you become that great trader. Entries and exits, you don't have to master that yet. The main important thing is to really understand what the market is trying to tell you, okay? Is it bullish today? All right, fine. Is it bullish? Find your levels. What levels are you looking for? Okay, we're looking for these levels right here, and then you can work on your entries and exits later, because, you know, getting that structure is the most important thing. Trust me, when it comes to trading. Right here, trend line break, boom, getting that structure right here. You know, you want this resistance right here for that sell, okay? All right, here's the next day, guys, right? What do we have here? Another good example of where the market is having trouble, going below. So again, I'm looking at these levels, stalking these levels, because I'm seeing that it cannot go below these levels. It's having a hard time. So I will get in when I see reactions around this level. Where do we want to put your stop loss? You want to put your stop loss below the setup candle, because if it goes below that setup candle, there's a possibility that, you know, the market continue to go below or continue to break down and you know, go down, right? So we want to get in when we see a reaction, and we go for that 2 to 1. All right, so let me show you guys some more examples. Here's a good example of the market having a level right here, right? And it breaks that level. So remember, we're looking for the market that's having trouble around, you know, key levels. But notice how we had trouble, but all of a sudden buyers came in, broke this level. Now this level, instead of it being resistance, we are looking to stalk this level, because remember, in the past, it was basically resistance. Now, when it comes back to this, buyers are most likely going to be very interested in this level right here. So I will look for this level right here and look for some type of reaction. Notice how we have a reaction right here. We can, again, you can look for that double reaction. If you don't want to be that first buyer right here, you can look for that double reaction. So 1, 2, right? You can go long and look for your 2 to 1. Boom. So these levels I'm looking at every single day, and I'm looking to just understand the market, what the market is doing. So let me show you guys some more examples. All right, here's another level right here, guys, right? Where the market coming, right? Having a hard time. So I know, okay, I'm looking at this level right here, right? So as soon as it breaks this level right here, boom, I'm looking to get in. Now, if you get stopped out, can you re-enter? Can you try again? And the answer is yes, you can try again, right? If it gives you, some more selling, if you get stopped out, there's no reason, not to try again. So, go short, again, looking for that 2-to-1 to the downside, right? All right, here's a good example of the market is at this key level right here. We have demand. So to me, I would definitely stalk this level right here. Buyers came back to this level. We have a nice rejection. I'm looking to go long. Okay. Again, we're going for that 2-to-1. So this is what I'm doing every single week, looking for these levels, looking for these breakouts, looking for a potential level where the market is having a hard time going above it. And I'm looking to either attack when it come back to that level, or if it breaks that level, most likely it might pull back to that level. Okay. And I'm looking to attack then too. So let me show you guys some more examples. All right, so here's a good example where you really want to look to the left. So right here, the market is shooting up right here, right? And all of a sudden, it looks bullish, but if you don't look to the left, okay, you would think it's time to go long. Not really, because if you look to the left, we're having trouble around this area. So here's another short right here, right? Where the market is reacting to this level. Now, do you want to go short as soon as it hit the level? You could if you want to. I like to look for reactions, and you look for reactions, look for that selling first, and then you get in and you're looking for 2 times your money, right? And you basically going from there. Let me show you guys some more examples. All right, here's more examples, guys, right? Multiple times hitting this level right here. I want to be a buyer, right? And it gave you a nice little candle right here. So that's what I'm doing every single day. So let me show you guys a nice trending example. Okay, here's a nice trending example. The market is trending hard. And all of a sudden, we have this nice little breakout right here, okay? Nice little trend line breakout. And even before the breakout, what do we see, guys? We see the market having a hard time going down. Wicks. Finally broke out of this trend line, okay? So when it pulls back, I'm looking to participate. And I definitely remember taking this trade right here. Here's a quick recording on that trade. Basically in the market, didn't know if it's going to stop me out or not, but overall it was looking good, and I was looking for 2-to-1. My stop loss was pretty much below this bar right here, and I'm looking for a quick 2-to-1, and you see me get out, and I made a quick 10 grand on that trade. Okay, so overall, that's what I'm doing every single day, guys. Pretty much looking at these levels, looking at if it's breaking a trend line, pulling back to that breakout, and I want to attack, right? Or if it's trending up, if it hits a swing high, swing low, I'm looking to participate. Let me show you guys at least one more example. Okay, here's one more example, guys, right here, where the market looks bullish and then all of a sudden it breaks this trend line. And this is exactly what I'm talking about, where, if you go to the daily chart, let's go to the daily chart on this one, right? So the daily chart overall, right? If you look at this, it's bullish. First of all, you see this breakout right here, and then that day right here was this green candle right here. So in general, right, you're looking for just straight longs, right? But let's go back to the 5-minute chart, and when the market opened, which is around 9:30, it just went straight down. So this is where you have to pick and choose. There's nothing wrong with top-down analysis. You can make it work. Definitely, you can make it work. But I don't know. I just like following the 5-minute chart for my direction, because I don't know, for some reason it helps me better. So right here we have that trend line break. Now all of a sudden we have supply right here, and notice how we had that rejection, nice bearish bar right here, and you just look for profits. So that is what I'm doing every single day, guys. Now, are you going to have losses? Yes. Okay. And this is where your stats come in play, where you just understand you're going to have losses. Just what it is, right? But you keep trading the same way. That's how you build consistency. That's how you have, a strategy that you can lean on. And basically your winners should be bigger than your losers, and you should be good to go, right? So that's all I have for you guys today. You can take all of this or even some of this and incorporate it into your trading, and take notes. I hope you guys are just understanding. I'm giving you guys a lot of gems, and if you want to learn how I'm doing this, just go below in the description. Until then, guys, let's get it. Let's go. Talk to you guys later.